Graceway family, hope that you are doing well, have had a phenomenal week, are anticipating a great weekend and being in God's house on Sunday for 2 services, 9 a.m. and 10:30. Want to do something a little different today. Just want to talk to you about some things that are on my heart, some things that I'm excited about. So three quick things. First off, just shout out to all the Dream Team, all the leaders who put on the women's conference that we had last week. The pictures, the video, the stories, the energy that I'm hearing from that. Just thank you for all of you who served and prayed. And ladies, as excited as I am that you had a great night, as excited as I am for what God did, I really want to encourage you that anytime we do an event like that, the point isn't the event. The point is the next step that you take out of the event. So whether you were there or not, whether you had an experience or not, I really want to encourage you, ladies, to do one of two things. One, either get into a small group around the bridge, that content that we have offered to you to kind of help you find friendship, help you get some teaching, some discipleship in your life. That would be one. If you don't want to do that, love for you to get into our D1 process, either as a mentor. We have a mentor training coming up in the summer. Love to get you signed up for that. Or if you feel like, I'm not ready to be a mentor, I really need somebody to disciple me, D1's a great space for you. So wonderful event. Amazing what God did. We had hundreds of ladies who came into this building, worshiped Jesus, heard good teaching, had some good food, had a great time. But I want to encourage you, take that next step. Get into a small group around the bridge content or get into the D1 process, and let's get you knowing and enjoying God, finding some friends, discovering who you are so that you can make a difference. Second thing I'm excited about is Graceway Crossroads. We've been doing this a little over a month now. I'm starting to get letters from inmates that would just absolutely bless your socks off. Be praying for those men. We've had a couple dozen men who have committed their life to Jesus. We had one of the largest launches at that prison for God Behind Bars in their history. God's doing some incredible things around that. But really, again, the point isn't for us to just go to the prison and do a service. The point is, what is the next step? What is God calling these men to do and to be? And how can we help in their redemption, in their families, in job placement, in their future? And so we're trying to come up with ways that we can serve those men. And I'm excited about that because it really forces us as a church to do what we should be doing anyways, having a heart for transformation and next steps, for discipleship. And so ladies, loving what God is doing. Pray for Graceway Crossroads and what God is doing there. And then this week, we're going to continue in the book of Ephesians. And just want to talk to you about kind of where my heart is around the book of Ephesians and where we are as a church. So here's the premise. This isn't the full punchline. Still needs to come on Sunday. Come on, somebody, all right? But spirit-filled churches produce spirit-filled marriages. Spirit-filled marriages create spirit-filled families. Spirit-filled families create spirit-filled work that blesses the community. That is the biblical sequence. And we get this out of order sometimes. We try to do this in our flesh sometimes. But just as a church, coming out of the pandemic, we are a young 81-year-old church. The fastest growing demographic in our church. I'm grateful that we're multi-ethnic and multi-generational, but the fastest growing demographic in our church is young families. Young moms and young dads who have been married under 10 years, have young kids, and y'all are in the thick of it, right? You are in the hard work of doing family, of parenting, of figuring out your marriage. How are we going to be good workers? How are we going to be committed to and participate in the church? And so I really want to encourage you to please come this Sunday, 9 a.m. or 10:30. We're going to talk about spirit-filled families. We're going to talk about parenting. We're going to talk about how to set up your life, how to set up your family structure. I want to do everything that I can to help you. But I'm excited about where our church is. We're growing a lot. We're growing a lot, and we want to help you. We want to come alongside you, and we want to be the kind of church that God calls us to be, a spirit-filled church, empowered by God's Spirit, where grace and truth are flowing and where our folks are growing and we're being a blessing to Kansas City. So this Sunday, in just a couple days, don't stay home, don't watch online. I know it's easy to do that, but you can't experience the one another's of the church watching my big old bald head on a screen. So get into the building, show up prepared, grab that cup of coffee, get your kids into Sky Kids. Let's hear from God together. Let's seek God together. Let's trust God together. I love you so much, Graceway. I'm so excited to be a part of this church, so excited to be able to do it with you. I pray for you every single day. If you trust nothing else, trust this, that your pastor loves you and that he prays for you every single day, that I'm believing for good things in your life, believing for God to show his goodness to you, believing that we're going to make a difference in our community for God's glory and our joy. I love you. I'll see you in a couple days. Have a great weekend.